I'm gonna go ahead and start. Give it a little bit, a couple minutes
now,
before
brown cow.
before we
Brown cow.
for it to just
Wait, let me
load
get
up.
some water too.
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. We'll open up, but here I'm gonna go ahead and start playing. I'm gonna go ahead and start the playlist. Yeah. Okay. All right. So hopefully you guys in chat, well, hopefully people can let me know how the audio volumes are. Audio volumes. How the audio levels are. Eating some healthy snacks. This is a Planters brand. Interesting.
Oh wait, did you play the playlist already?
Yeah, I started. You want me to go back?
Oh,
I
you
can
didn't count us off.
I figured I'd just start because it's already 9, but here. Okay.
All right, we'll restart the playlist.
Okay, yeah. Hold on.
Or do you want to do an intro first? Did you already do the intro while I was gone?
I think it'd be cool to have the music playing and then
Okay.
do the intro.
Okay.
So like almost like give time for like people to see the message, get online. Kind of like set the vibe. So
Yeah.
like if people are here early,
Well, trickle
awesome.
in.
They can chill.
Yeah, I like that.
So ready?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool.
I'm not
This
sure
is cool.
because it also takes time, like just for like I don't know if there's like a long delay. I think it's like a 2-minute delay. Honestly,
Oh, okay. Okay.
not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
I think it's something like that.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, did you tweet this out already?
mhm.
Okay. I'll do the retweet. I'll hit you with that.
I mean, you could either do retweet or you could just tweet out yourself too.
What's your Twitter again?
At PiratLolo514
Oh yeah, at PiratLolo514.
actually shows it down here. If you can see it in on stream.
Nice.
Also, as well, for those of you who are watching this through the VOD or any other means, and we're not live right now, you can always check out the playlist. Here, I'll pop up the link. If you're in chat, you can do the command exclamation point playlist, and you got the link right there. If you need to, you can pause the video, copy paste the link. If you need to, I'll put it in the description for the VOD as well, to make it easier, so you don't have to like type the whole thing in. But yeah, there's exclamation point playlist. In case you guys need it, it's a banger of a playlist made by our very own Kid Reynolds. You don't need to have Spotify to listen to the playlist, right?
No,
Because you
I don't think
can
so.
listen to it in the browser,
Yeah.
right?
I think there's ads otherwise, but I think anyone can listen to it. It's public now, so
I have to double check if my I'm pretty sure my playlists are public. I'm not. If anything, I'll double check it or someone will let me know. But
I was able to access it. So
well, I
unless
know.
you shared it specifically with me, it should.
I don't-
I'm guessing anyone with the link probably had the same functionality.
I would think. Let me make sure this link is the right one. Oh, wow. When you
called
link over,
Spectre.
when you mouse over it in chat, it says Spectre playlist by Matattack681 on
Oh,
Spotify.
that's cool. It's cool.
All right, that's cool. All right.
There you go, Spotify.
All right. I didn't notice like this song has like highs and lows, and I was just like,
A new
Oh, man.
follower? That's what I'm talking about.
thanks for the follow.
Yeah.
I forgot. I gotta
Yeah, notification. Or, alerts.
I gotta silence them. Thanks for the follow. I do appreciate it. I appreciate any sort of follows, any sort of support, whether that's straight up lurking, you want to pay for a sub, you get the Pirate 38 Yikes. Help me on that journey to get rid of the 38 and be the Pirate Yikes. But we'll work on it.
It's
It's all just a work in progress. There we go.
Such a good band name. Such a good band name. In our past lives.
I made that as a oh, how do I do this? Can I just uncheck these, or do I have to Do I just mute all these? Does anyone know? No, because that just changes the URL. So, oh, I have to go and disable all of them. But I don't know how to pronounce that name. Kirinos TT2. Your follow will be forever immortalized.
Ooh.
I had to double check and make sure that my
it's a good deal.
That I wasn't shuffling this playlist. Very specifically. Not shuffled.
You're on not shuffle?
Correct,
Nice.
I am not.
I think we're on the same song now, so we're good.
Cool. Sorry, just checking the rest of my
Crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's.
They're
We're getting
prime.
better at it.
They're prime
We're
gifts.
getting better at it.
Yeah, I gotta remember to do this. Whoa.
This is the stuff when you watch the recording. It's like, oh, you should document this shit.
These are the notes.
These are the operational notes.
Because there's no good way to do it. I would have to. I mean, I guess I could just remove the source, right? No, I think it would still go off. I don't know. Anyways.
That's okay.
Anyways. So, I think I've stalled for enough time. 5 minutes of a stall. Yeah, we'll keep it live. I like this until we figure out like a cool, I guess like animation. I guess if we want to do that, I don't know. I do kind of like just like kind of like warming up and just making sure like, you know, almost like a live mic check.
The pre-show.
Yeah. If you're here early, then
organic.
awesome. Trying to make sure everything. Oh, let me silence my phone. So I don't want this going
That's
off.
just respectful.
So one sec.
People here in Chicago, that's like one of the few things I feel like people here in Chicago are really good at. Is that mom? Tell her she can say what's up. What's up, mom? Millions, mom. Millions.
Oh, I forgot that I didn't mute it on Discord. I muted it on here. Okay, she doesn't want to say hi.
No? It's me though.
Sorry, I muted it on OBS so no one heard me except you.
Oh,
But
that's okay.
You got that mom aggro. She was telling me she lit a candle outside because she was.
I was
cooking
hoping
some
she'd
smelly
say hi.
stuff. No, it's because I told her
Wait.
she was in front of millions, but
I know.
Yeah. It's okay. I did that on
Never good under the spotlight.
I did that. We were last weekend. We were playing MK at Shoreview, and we were using Blinking Airwaves. We invaded me and Bijamis invaded his channel. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Bijamis was playing, and then I was talking shit, and I was like,
Oh, that's
"Guy, don't be
hilarious.
nervous. You're only getting your ass whooped in front of literally thousands of people right now. So just play your best and just do what you can."
Damn, did he highlight that? I would love to watch.
I don't know. You
replay of that shit.
can probably find the VOD. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember his full handle. Is it just Blinking Airwaves?
Blinking Airwaves. Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he had numbers or anything. But
He's the OG.
the-
The OG Blinking Airwaves.
you can look for the VOD that was on Friday night. So it was like late night
Oh, I
Friday
hope
night.
he does it auto VOD. I have a feeling Blinking Airwaves doesn't have VODs on,
I'm not 100% sure. I believe.
but he also does it a little differently than you do.
I know
His
you
setup is
do have to set it up. I think.
Damn, I hope he does, or I'll ask him about it. If not, it's a layup. It's a good add-on
Let's
to
see.
the stream.
Videos. Let's see if he has it. Because I think it does. I think it does automatically. Oh
Blinking
Past-
Airwaves for the
past
context.
broadcasts.
He's
no,
a
it
good
doesn't.
follower of the Almost Awesome channel, and he's a good friend, really good friend.
It
He,
doesn't.
me and him used to be roommates.
But then things
Primarily
change.
a Fortnite streamer. He plays some MK and Tekken. Just doing a little shameless advertising.
But times change. All right.
All right.
I guess we also need to find like a prime time. I guess this is a good time for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But if there's a more ideal time and you know of it, I'm down. I'm
Yeah,
down to
so-
experiment. I
so
feel like
see.
part of this is going to be figuring out all of those logistics. We just
Mhm.
have to stay dedicated to it, and
Right,
then we'll
right.
like slowly fine tune it each and every time.
yeah. Yeah, because I think most people, I guess it depends too. I need to figure out a better way to reach out. Because I know, I was talking with Angsty about it, and I mean, I'll just call him out. This is our podcast, and this is about us catching up with old friends anyways. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the podcast. Doing a rough intro / mic check. But we're just, oh, my, I gotta thank you for that. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Since we are still during the mic check, Kyrios TT2, thanks for the tier 1 sub.
Nice.
You can hit us with some Pirate 38 yikes.
Yikes.
Forever immortalized on the stream. That was your chance. But basically the point of the podcast is to kind of catch up with old friends and just see what's up in this modern age where being able to stay connected is so simple and so easy. It's been I feel like it's become strangely difficult to like maintain relationships, knowing like how connected and how easily it is to just reach to people and just get in contact and just say, hey, what's up, how's it going, how's your day, haven't talked to you in a while. But yeah, today we're just rocking it. Me, my co-host Kid Reynolds, my brother from my mother.
Same, Mom.
You'll meet her someday. She won't get so nervous. I'll tell her. Don't worry, we don't have millions today.
She's got a feature.
But we
one
got
day.
thousands.
She's got a feature. I bet you that stream would pop off.
We'll see. Maybe we'll have her special guest.
Popping off.
Maybe we'll have her special guest. But yeah, today, just me and my co-host, my brother. And what better way to start getting to know the people that we hold near and dear than with my own blood brother.
Dude, wait a second. I'm connecting some dots now. You texted me. You drunk texted me. This weekend.
Did
was that? Yeah, was that when you and Ralph?
Oh, I messaged you on
invaded the
Facebook,
stream?
right?
Yeah. Facebook message and text are the same thing.
No, it's different.
It's still drunk messaging.
It's
still
very
drunk
different.
messaging.
But
You
yeah,
drunk messaged me.
yeah.
Nice. That was a good move.
But I remember I was just like
Was that
looking to
Anna?
talk, but then
Was
I was
that
already home. I was at home already.
Okay. You weren't there anymore.
No.
Oh. Me and Blinking Airwaves and me and sometimes we're the only ones that will randomly just call each other and just like have a conversation.
Yeah, that's what
It's like it feels so wholesome.
that's what he told me. It was funny because that night it was like 4 or something here, I think.
That's crazy.
I honestly don't remember what time I got home. So like that night. Sorry to divulge. I know this is supposed to be getting to know you, but I guess this is gonna be a little taste for me as well.
I'm interested. I want to know. This is organic. No apologies necessary.
So, I basically started to get after our last podcast. I started to get the feeling where it's just like I need to stop trying to be someone I'm not. I need to stop trying to become something like I don't really want to be. Like, yes, I have my own flaws, and yes, I'm not perfect, but I have good points. Excel in those good points. But then, if you don't like those bad points, then fix them. And if you can't fix them, just embrace it. That's part of you. Those quirks are what make you you. So good or bad, like take it with a grain of salt. But
That like reminds me of like a quote that's like stuck in my head since I moved here. It's like it's okay with not being happy with who you are, but you have to have a vision of who you want to be. And I thought that was so cool.
that's good.
Because like there's so many times where I'm just pissed about what I suck at, And then I started to focus instead of focusing on, dang, who are the people I want to be like? And then I like started to like kind of shift my mindset. Because then I was like, I was working towards something to change
Right.
myself versus just being like, I don't like this. I knew what I wanted to be like, and it helped a ton.
It helps to have like almost like a roadmap or like a guideline,
Exactly.
or like something to follow to like kind of start your journey towards self-development, and then you can find your way. But I feel like the hardest thing is just recognizing like where to take that, how to take that first step forward. Like it's easy to be like, oh, I want to change, I want to do this, but then it's like, how do you start? How do you do this? So definitely having like someone to look up to is like a good start. Because I don't think you're ever gonna be like 100% like a copy of someone else. So I think it's a good place to start. But like, hopefully by then you grow and you figure out how to be the best you can be.
Yep.
So back to my original story. So
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was good. Good thing.
So you and Ralph and you were home. It's 4 a.m. Next podcast.
Well, before all this, I decided to indulge in my vice of drinking. Not now. Drinking is a part of me, and I shouldn't hate myself for that and punish myself and be like, don't drink anymore. Like, I still had a good time. We had a good time drinking and just talking about like stuff like that. Whereas like there have been points where like I had gone to the point where I just overdrink. So I was like, okay, that's bad. So I told myself I need to stop drinking. But then that's also not like I enjoy drinking, but like it doesn't have to be a problem. It's when it becomes a problem, that's when something has to change. So I was like, you know what? Like, stop beating myself up over it. Like, you can enjoy it. Just be smart. Be smart about it and just like have a good time. So, so we're drinking and stuff. So I got home pretty late, and then I ended up seeing Javid online on No Man's Sky. And I hit him up, and I was like, "Yo, get off that game. It's not
Wait,
worth."
at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was like it was pretty late, but I was like, "Yo,
Okay.
get off this game." And I gotta talk to you. I got a small business proposition to make for you. So I talked to him about doing this photo shoot, this dating app photo shoot.
That's
So,
funny. That'd be hilarious.
So I talked to him
say?
about that, and then we ended up getting it. Like, I thought about it like in the middle of the conversation. I was like, how did we get into like more about talking about my dating life and stuff like this? But it was just he was just genuinely interested. Like, he was like, why do you feel like you need to do that? And I was like, dude, let me tell you the science of it.
He's your
Let me tell you
homie.
the science of like the dating app game and stuff like that. So we ended up talking, and like we didn't stop till like 6:30 or something. I was like, dang, dude, it's about that time. And I was like, dude, I have to get up in like an hour.
The sun is like
But-
rising.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, oh god. But anyways, so it was cool to like
Have a good
it felt
combo.
it felt good to like be me, like like stop trying to like just enjoy being me, for the good and the bad, and like I said, just learning to tweak the bad points, make it a little bit better. But
Yeah.
I guess like I was talking to BJ about it, and I was like my big thing, like I think the biggest thing that stood out, I was like, man, this is like so wise. But like I was telling him, I was like, so I'm learning to like stop coming at me with like a closed fist and beating myself up, and coming at me with like an open hand and patting myself on the back, and just rewarding myself for all the good things. Like, stop thinking about, like, it's gonna be easy to focus on all the bad things, but like even the small good things, like congratulate yourself, feel good about it. Like, I woke up this morning, I brushed my teeth before I went to bed, I took a shower, I did this. Like, you shouldn't I feel like people tend to beat themselves. I know I do. I beat myself up a lot for like the smallest of things, and I don't reward myself for like the tiny accomplishments, and like it feels good, and it was weird. Like I told him, I was like, is this what it's like? Is this what normal people like do, or is this
How
like
people
what it's
just
like?
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, this is different, but I could get used to it. So
It's called being happy.
yeah, it's weird.
It's cool because there's like, I mean, there's times when it's organic. There's not a single thing that can possibly take you down. Once you like build, it's like a thought process, and you just have to figure out how to keep thinking that way, because everything can become positive if you just look at it with the right perspective.
Yeah, for sure. That's all. Like, it's crazy, like how drastically things can change just by changing your perspective. Like just like your outlook on the world and just everything around you. It's all based off of like how do you view it. Like yeah, there's a lot of negative things in the world, and that can bring you down. Like based off all the things, like all the terrible things that happen in this world, like it's depressing when you think about it. But then like you also have to like take into account like all the good things, all the great things that happen like in life, and just seeing like human compassion like every day. Like that's just small acts of kindness. Like if you can just switch, instead of focusing on the negatives to just like seeing the positive stuff, like man, things are bright, man.
There you are.
But back to our task at hand. Getting to know this guy.
What's up? Oh shoot, you cut out. I see your mouth moving in Discord.
Uh-oh. Computer's dying.
There you go.
Are we
I
good?
can hear you now.
Here we go.
You're
Let
back.
me close out of some things. There we go. There we go. Hopefully we don't have
You said what?
issues. Okay.
And then that's all I heard. That's so weird. Yeah, I can't hear you. Hopefully you can hear me. It looks like you can. There you go. I can hear you now.
Hello. I don't know,
Yep.
like just
Is
turning
it a
my mic.
loose wire or something?
Yeah. Can you guys
that sucks.
Okay. Start over. So again, just rough start, we're fine. To get started, I'm going to ask you like that typical interview question.
I love it.
So tell me about yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Ooh. You know, it's such a fun question when you think about it. Some people really struggle with it. About myself. I'm 26. I live in Chicago. I currently work at Goldman Sachs, which is a really big financial firm. I'm an engineer. What do I love to do right now?
Can't do that.
I love reading books. I love writing. I love playing video games. Well, I love playing Rocket League right now. I'm trying to get to Grand Champ with some of my friends. And yeah, I'm literally obsessed with like self-improvement right now. And that's like basically me. That's how I would describe myself.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, good.
I thought you cut out for a second.
No, good.
No. I was about to say I can't hear you, but you're
Okay.
good.
How's the grind been going in Rocket League? I know that, like Rocket League has kind of been like a huge thing for you and like your teammates, Cody and Anton. I know. Been seeing Anton a lot at the gym, and he just keeps talking about it all the time. He's like, "Man, you got to get back on," and I'm like, "I just can't. It's just not my game anymore." But how's
It's-
your grind and stuff? How's it going? You feel like you're getting there
interesting.
soon? This season?
Soon. It's cool because like we've very rarely have we played a game where we literally have hit like our peak, and you have to be focused on getting better in order to actually get better, which is super sick. Like every other game we've played, we've only played it a little bit seriously and not for a long period of time. This is like the first game where I've become so solely focused on getting better at it. Like when we lose games, it's so easy to quantify it because we didn't put the hours in. And it's really cool because I never have I felt so focused on getting a single goal in a video game. And like having that focus, like I think it's super fun. And then in like Rocket League is super fun because like we know how we need to get better because we see the pros, and like it literally just comes down to us putting in the hours. So it's cool. And then it's cool because we don't play it full time. We do it on the side. So we all have the same goal. We have the same type of life, and we're all homies. And like to find those three things in a group that all play the same video game is super hard.
So thinking about the grind and like just the idea of like you've never felt like so focused on like getting a goal. Not gonna lie, just you talking about like the drive and like the dedication, like the time, it reminded me of when we used to play WoW. That same drive of like downing the boss for the first time, getting the loot that you hopefully want. If not, then you had to fight the boss again. And if you've struggled and you barely got past it the first time, you're just like, God damn it, how the fuck are we gonna do this a second time? Obviously, the only difference is that Rocket League. If you guys don't know Rocket League, you're basically playing soccer with cars against other players. It's PvP, so like you never know like the skill cap of like how different players are gonna play and stuff like that. Like you don't know how you're gonna play, and so like there's a lot of variables with it. For World of Warcraft, obviously it's the rating is gonna be PvE, player versus enemy, and like the AI is kind of scripted for the most part. Like depending on like your actions, they have like a list of moves that they go through this phase, and they do this. So like you can learn and adapt that way. But I felt like the grind itself was very similar, where it's just like you see the goal, which is like downing the raid boss or getting the goal. Like how do you get the ball in the net?
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, Rocket League is going to be more dynamic because there's a lot of different things to do on the fly because you're against other people. But do you think that your drive for Rocket League is kind of derivative from like our WoW days and like just like that sort of mindset, like when we used to play WoW?
So that's a really, really interesting point. And I think the derivative is a perfect word for it, but it isn't derivative from World of Warcraft. It's derivative of the kind of person I am, which is really cool. Because like, you're right, Rocket League and World of Warcraft, completely different games, but I'm having just as much, the most fun I've ever had playing video games, because I've broken those down to like that level where I'm united with somebody, with like friends, with family, with like a group, and we're solely focused on accomplishing one thing. Either getting Grand Champ or downing the like that Ysera fight. Like that one is like monumental in my mind. I will never forget those days.
Oh man.
And like to me, those were these moments are like the peak gaming moments in my life, which is so cool because now I can break it down to why I love those moments, and it's exactly what you described. It's like, because truth be told, I realize it's not the game that matters. It's like caring so much about one thing that I love and working together with people to get that one goal. And then when I think of things in that sense, like it's easy to find my passion.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. It's like, it's kind of like how I feel like grinding out Monster Hunter, like the first times just like fighting monsters and just being frustrated, but seeing that we're all kind of like at the same level, and then when we beat like the monster, it's just a huge sigh of relief. We're like, holy fucking shit, we did it. We're the best. How did this guy ever cause us trouble? Like it feels so good to see other people kind of like aiming for the same goal, and we're all working towards the same thing. And like even when we fail, like we jokingly will be like, oh, you triple carded, you're definitely the weak point. How about you try this? Don't die, and then we'll win. But then like someone else will triple card. Like I'll say it and then I'll triple card the next time. I'm like, God damn it, I'm the weak link.
My bad.
Yeah. I'm like, take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
It was a bad run, okay?
Yeah, we do that in Rocket League sometimes. We're like, oh, holy shit, that was a bad whiff. And then you're like, wait, that was my bad this time. Like you whiff right after. Like it's an easy goal. And then you're like, oh shit, you fucked up. and then you're like, oh shit.
I fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun just to like work together with someone else towards a common goal, and like even just like have that sense of camaraderie with people where you're just like even at the bad points, like you can point it out, kind of like
Yeah.
it's like half serious, but like you also know it's like I'm not saying it to like hurt your feelings, you know? It's just like I'm bringing it up because it's kind of true. It's like if you didn't die 3 times, we wouldn't have failed, and that's kind of like what happens in Monster Hunter. But then like everyone kind of dies, and it's just like, you know, just a reminder, hey, you know, try to play a little bit smarter. We got 50 minutes for this fight. We don't want to be here for 50 minutes, but hey, if it takes that long and we down the monster, that's a win still. So we take it.
You know what's funny is it's like literally our passive aggressive way of holding each other accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't have an easy way to say, hey dude, you need to get better.
Yeah.
So we like joke about it. But the reality of it is like, dude, get better because you're holding the team back. And then it's like, okay, fine, I'll get better. And then they get better, and then you're the worst.
Yeah.
And then
like,
you just have to hope that they hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And then when they do, you have like a really good squad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard to get that, is what I think.
It's also hard to get people online and playing the same game with various schedules. But it's
Various
cool that you
schedules
guys
and
have
various
it.
goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is the schedules is to me the secondary part. Because if everyone has the same goal and wants it close to the same level, then your schedule will line up. Like you'll make it work.
Everyone will make time for that.
Exactly.
It's like with
But
rating. Like
it becomes really hard. Yeah, exactly.
He wants to
it's
put the
exactly
time.
like rating. You literally say, hey, this is the goal we need to do. This is the time we're going to meet to try to accomplish it. And anyone that didn't do their homework, we now know who did it. And it's just empirically measured.
It's like
Which
it's
is
that
like,
guy at the presentation that's just kind of like silent and just like nodding. Yeah.
yeah.
And the teacher's
They're
like,
like,
whoa. Do you want to speak up real quick?
That was my section? Like, oh, I was on ghoul duty? Oh, my bad. It's like, fuck, dude. Yeah. Which I love that. I love, to me, like that's the way I think, is I like break down things to their parts, and then if I can see things, eventually to me it's like you can see everything the same way when you look at things that like they're Bears parts, which is fun. I feel like once you can do that, life becomes super cool.
Yeah. I miss those days. I miss those days where like we had our group of friends that were dedicated to like playing one game, to getting better. That's one thing I do want to bring up soon, probably like literally after this. But I miss those days of just like having everyone on like the same kind of mindset. Like we all want to play this game, we all enjoy it, but we don't enjoy losing, and we all don't like losing like kind of equally. Where we're like we want to get better. We all have that drive to get better and like stop losing, get good.
Yeah.
Let's start winning, because winning feels so good, and losing just feels real bad.
Yep.
And I feel like nowadays it's hard to get people on the same page or like on the same game and stuff like that. Like that's why like I feel bad with Rocket League with like Neil and Pat, because I know they want to play and they want to get better, but like for me, like it's just not there. Like the drive to like play and get better. Like I want to play with them, but at the same time it's like I don't want to like just be like casually like having fun, because I know it's frustrating to like even for me it's frustrating like when we lose, and I'm like it's because like I goofed here, like I just don't put the hours in to play, and it's just like like it's like, do I play with them because they invited me, and like, you know, I mean Rocket League is a three squad, you know, game pretty much. I mean you can do doubles, but then that's like a completely different game too. But like I've kind of like had the mindset where it's just like, no, just don't force yourself to play if you just don't want to. Like it's not gonna be fun. Like winning's not gonna feel rewarding. Like it's gonna like, it still feels good, but it's kind of like it's not as high as like it could be. You know, if you're not passionate about it, like I don't think you should force yourself to like grind it out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
That's where I think it becomes important to be able to say no. Because if you know what you want to do, it becomes really easy to say no. and not feel bad saying yes, not putting the hours and losing, right? That's like why it's cool. I can kind of tie it to now the more recent times, even like with me and you and Mike, and like you guys even asking me to play Remnants. Like I want to say yes, but I also know I'm not going to put in the hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I do, I'm taking away hours from Anton and Cody. And if I do that, then who is it? Like I'm losing on both spectrums, is the way I like to see it. And I don't want to do that because I've already balanced Rocket League hours with life and this and work and everything else. And then you like start to realize that your time is literally the resource you get to play around with, and your ability to say no is what defines how good you are at actually managing it.
It's like you can't like spread yourself too thin when like right now like Rocket League is like your goal. Getting Grand Champ is like the goal, and it's like one of those things like when the goal is like right there. Like you just like it just becomes a point of like how bad do you want it, and like just like laser focus and being like this is like we're so close and we just need to find the formula of like how much more time do I need to put into it, how much time can I put into it, and like finally achieving that goal.
And for me, like what I love about thinking this way is that I now believe that I can do anything I want if I literally put in the time and I stay focused, right? Those are the two things. And then because of that, like it makes life a lot easier, because then it's just like, okay, even if it sucks, I just have to put in the time. And then you just naturally kind of you kind of just get good at things when you put time into it. Like the podcast, even like we get better just by doing it every hour and being focused. I love it.
It's like watching like old league guides where they're like their one tip for like climbing the rank ladder is just play more. Literally just play more. Just put time into it and you will get better.
That kind of makes sense. That's why I feel like that's what pissed me off when I go back to our league days. It didn't feel like we all wanted it at the same level. And that, like, I realized that's why when we would play games, it was so easy to get pissed. Because it would, like, I would have moments where I felt like we needed to do more solo queue games. And it felt like we had levers and we knew how to play them, but if you keep like you will reach a cap unless we work together, and then we had different win conditions. And that like used to it took me a while to understand that, because I would like just love to play and go ham, and then I kind of realized this is why I'm kind of toxic sometimes when we played League of Legends.
It was just, I guess it was, I definitely felt it, like where like this is where I wanted to get into like what happened, what do you think happened with like our league group, but like you definitely hit it like right on the nail, like where it's just like I began to notice like where like it seemed like people wanted to play just to play with other people, but it's like no, I'm not here to like, if we wanted to talk and play casual games, let's play casual games, but like I'm here to play League, like I'm trying to put time into like learning how to play better, how to play smarter, like how to synergize better, how to do stuff like this. But then it's like I only see you online when you want to play like fives with us. Like I rarely see you on practicing stuff, and like it, like the drive to get better for like a lot of our like half our squad, literally half of the squad. It was just like not there, and I was just like, well, I can keep practicing, but like it's a 5-man game. If I could carry, then fine. I'll try to do it, but it's rough.
It like got to a point where I was like, well, I'm not gonna put more hours because I know I'm not the weakest link and it's not fair for me. Is what I used to think. I mean, that's greedy. The better way would have been like, dang, if I really want this, I need to pull people to play. Like I'll do dual queue with them, and if I really want to help them get better, this is how I would do it. But back then I didn't think the same way I do now. I didn't realize like I mean, I would love to put the onus on them, but at the end of the day, it's still something I could have done better on.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just the game; it was like how I interacted with the group. And I think that's like the leadership things that I'm starting to realize are important. Is like pulling people the right way, and learning how to convince them that we have similar goals. It's just being able to communicate it the right way.
Right. Yeah.
Because it wasn't ever like I never felt like they didn't want better. I always felt like everyone wanted to get better, but maybe they didn't know how. And like maybe we thought the answer was do more solo queue, but if they were gonna have fun doing it, maybe we needed to do more duo queue. Maybe we needed to do more like QS3s, and maybe we just needed to have to keep pushing each other because it is super hard. I mean, I'll be honest, playing solo queue sucks ass. Even Rocket League, like playing solos sucks.
Yeah.
But even playing duos when you want to have a full squad gets you better.
Mm-hmm.
It's messy. You lose still, and you can blame your shitty ass teammates just as much. But like those are the times that I know I could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
Is like get more time with everyone else if I really wanted them to get better. It's on me as just as much as it is on them.
Right. Yeah. It's like if you're not, you can't just be the one pointing the fingers at everybody else. You have to think about, oh, I could have done something. I could have done this. Like you said, could have done like a better leadership role. Hey, you want to do some duo queue just to get your practice in,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But it's I guess for me, I felt like when I would play with people, like they just didn't have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I guess like I don't know if this is how it is for you, but like my drive, like I definitely have like a drive to like play and improve. Like if I enjoy it, like I God, it sounds weird, and this is gonna be on VOD, but I did enjoy League of Legends. Like I enjoyed it, like just getting better, like playing in the mechanics and like stuff like that, and like when you pull off like good plays, like it just feels so good.
Yeah.
And then like just that drive to like be good and just play better, like that was enough for me. But like with other people, it just seemed like they were just bored, or like I guess like with roles too. Like I guess like it sucked because I'm kind of like locked in, like where I've played support for so long, and I know I'm comfortable enough to say like I'm pretty sure I know like the ins and outs of like generally how to play support and stuff like that. But like like when I have to play like AD, it just feels so clunky. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And like I guess it's like maybe we could have like shifted things around and like mixed things up so then like people like enjoy it, or like figure out like what do they want to do. But it's just like, man, I miss those days. Like even like it was hard just to get 5 people online to play, but I definitely miss those days of just like having groups to like play with, where we're all like on the same page with a common goal and like everything like that.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like now there's nothing as a group. We don't play as many video games together anymore.
We've fallen apart. I guess it's like there's also been like a weird lull of like good games to play, and like where people's interests lie.
See, that's like part of it, but I also feel like truth be told, we could play League of Legends as 5 and still have fun.
Yeah.
Like I really could imagine us resurrecting it, or like Overwatch even.
Is that what you're doing?
That's like one of those games where it's still fun to play as a squad, if you have a squad.
Yeah.
Like literally to me, I feel like the game doesn't matter as much anymore. It's more of just like playing with our group.
Yeah,
but
sometimes.
Sometimes.
It depends. If they strictly with Overwatch, I think like if they I don't know if it was true. It definitely felt true. Where like if you queued up at 6, your like matchmaking rating will just skyrocket up. Or you just verse people like clearly people like better than you. It's like
they
bronze versus diamond.
Yeah.
Where it's just like all right, they have team plays, they know they have synergy. Like we're just in comps, we're just talking stuff. Half the time we're just talking to each other, like this nonsense.
That's the difference of like a group of 6 that wants to get better at the game, and then us that are just like, hey, we're all bored. Do you guys want to queue comp?
It's a group of 6 that has the goal of winning this game. For us, our goal is, I just want to get most DPS.
Like, I kind of want to play Torb this game.
No, get off Torb. I'm Torb.
Yeah. I get, yeah. It's like that's super funny, and then that's just how it works. But then it's super funny because the spectrum is so wide because you could find shit players that also
We'll
have the
play his full
goal
six.
of trying to get his full squad,
Yeah.
and they suck, and we're still better than them, and it's cool because like you'll always sometimes experience it, like in squad, like in
Yeah.
Overwatch 6. Sometimes we'll verse gods, other times we'll shit on people.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
god.
we'll spawn
Now we're so
camo.
good.
But it's never. It's like they always switch.
Yeah.
They never go on a
It's
spree.
always like, it's the matchmaking's always like this or like this. It's never like, it's never good matchmaking.
It's like we both want to have fun. Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, it's interesting, but it's nice. It's nice to be like super focused on a goal, and I'm like really excited. I think we can get Grand Champ by like February, is like our goal. We're Champ 1 right now,
Oh, nice.
pushing on
nice.
Champ 2, and I think my theory is Champ 2 is gonna be a breeze, and then Champ 3 is gonna be our grinder. Like that's when, like we're good, we're really good, but the nerves start to get to us a lot more.
Where like the goal's in front of you, and then it's like the pressure of like being so close and like not. You could fall down and have the start over. Like
Yeah,
just the pressure just builds, knowing that the goal is closer and closer.
it's funny because the pressure doesn't change between plat to diamond, diamond to champ, but the mechanics change, and then it just becomes how good are you, like in mentality and strategy, and like not tilting.
Mm-hmm.
And you always get tested that out in those moments. It's not a mechanical battle at Div 4, Diamond 3. It's a consistency and psychological battle. That's like
Yeah.
the only thing you have to be good
Mm-hmm.
at those ranks.
Do you think you can pass on like a drive for Overwatch with the Overwatch 6? Like, do you think? Because
get a
you
squad
said
of
that
6?
you wanted to play comp.
It's the only way we'll do 2-2-2 lock, I think.
I don't know how the comp stuff works, so that's why I was confused
Yeah.
about like the 2-2-2. I was like, I don't know what this means. I was like, I understand
Oh,
that
they do
that's a
roll
team
lock
comp,
now.
but I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so you have
So
to
you
have 2
have to
tanks,
stay-
2 healers, 2 DPS,
and you have to stay as
which
that,
is like.
or does
yeah.
it let you
Oh,
like
I
switch
think you can-
once you're in
Oh.
game? Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not 100% sure actually. I'm
I guess
pretty
there's
sure
only
you
one
can
way to
switch.
find out.
I'm pretty sure you can switch, but I think
When you
oh,
queue
that's
up, you
super
have
interesting.
to.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I guess it'd be like League 5s where like you can like swap champs and stuff.
Yeah,
So
I think
would
so.
assume I assume like assuming you're locked in as a squad of 6, it would be like, oh, you can get off of this and I can do that. Like I could DPS
Yeah.
and you can heal.
It'll probably
Something
be
like
like you can unselect your character, then someone can queue for DPS, then you can queue for tank.
Yeah.
It's like how I think it would work. But it's cool. Like I like the change because I think it'll bring more diversity to the game. Although you're like locking things down, but I don't know. I mean, I think I could bring 6 of us together, and I think we could actually try hard a little bit at Overwatch, but with a whole new group of friends that we've never tried hard in video games with before, and the result would be so different. Like if it was like me, you,
We calling you out,
Mavis,
White Tuna?
Ryan, White Tuna, and then Tati. Like, but it's a whole nother set of challenges because the mindsets in those 6 are mindsets we've never like encountered before, which
Yeah.
makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
So like figure out how to find the drive in each person is like a whole nother leadership challenge in itself.
It's like finding the right buttons to press on them to get
Yep.
them to move.
Yep.
And just how do you it
Again,
no,
it's like how do you
it's-
inspire people?
how do you exploit it?
Yeah.
How do you like kind of discover that and then use that to like push them forward? Because some people
Yeah.
like you said, some people like they just don't. They do have the drive to like get better at things, but maybe
Yeah.
for like specifically like for Overwatch, maybe you just need to find what's their avenue to get
Mhm.
them started.
See, the thing is people. I've like met people that think it's like manipulative, but it isn't. Really, the way you do it is understanding what's important to somebody and why it is, and then appealing to that side of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, like you can convince anyone to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just understanding what's important to that person and then like speaking in their language.
Like sometimes it's just like showing them like yes, like I use
Exactly.
the term like exploiting like, their drive, but it's kind of just like you're not
You didn't
using it
see
in a
it this
negative
way.
sense. Like it's just like sometimes you just need to be told the obvious thing, so then you're like, oh yeah, duh, this makes sense to me. Why aren't I doing this? Let's do it. But sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need someone else to tell it to you.
Yeah.
But
So
man, that's
I do
exciting.
think I could bring 6 together. I don't know if I want to. Truth be told, I don't want to. I know if I do, I'll be so torn between wanting to get better at Overwatch
Uh-huh.
and then wanting to get better at Rocket League, and I just know I can't balance all
can't.
the things I'm already balancing.
Mhm.
So, it's a conscious choice.
I think it's a cool I think it's a good idea just to get like a group together. Kind of like get started on like working for the same goal and just seeing like, are people gonna be dedicated in, or are they gonna dip out, stuff like that. But I don't know if White 2 knows about it anymore. I know I miss his competitive drive. I miss my competitive drive in Overwatch, but then it just got toxic and I was like, I can't play. I was talking with a long time ago, talked with Ryan about it, and I was like, yeah, I had to stop like playing with you guys because I would get toxic, where it's just like I want to win and nobody else wants to. They just want to play the champs they want to play and like just have a good time.
Yeah.
So then I had to adapt to that, and then I realized, oh right, no one likes losing. But I was like, I don't even care anymore. I was like, okay, this I can understand why people do this.
Yeah.
But then it's also like a part of me is like, God, this sucks. Like I do want to like get better, but I'm like, the only way I'm gonna be able to play and have fun is just know that winning is not a high possibility, or try harding.
Yeah.
You just
The
gotta
game is,
go with it.
will you change your perspective or will they change theirs?
Yeah, and changing 5 people's perspectives is a lot harder
Yeah.
than just changing yours.
Yeah. And then it becomes like what's actually important to you, right? Because if the important thing to you is playing with friends, then you need to change your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like super hard. But then when you can start to see it that way, then you just start having fun regardless of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you know why you're doing it.
Yeah, it's rough. Cause I'm just thinking back of the times like where I used to play with Shiyu, and like both of us would get like, both of us would just get so
super
tilted
toxic.
at like everyone else, and like even like slightly to each other, where like like you could just feel it, and it's just like, oh, this isn't. Both of us are like, oh, this isn't healthy for either of us. Maybe we should stop.
Yeah. You guys are actually toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like, yeah. Which is like, I mean, it's not bad, but it goes back to the same idea.
Like if
is
people
that
are on the
you
same
guys are playing
page,
the game
and same
different for a different reason than everyone else is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And unless we blatantly say, "Hey, guys, let's play comp because we want to get good," then
Yeah.
both parties are at fault if they ruin each other's experience.
Right.
So, but if it's like, "Hey, let's play comp because I want to do 2-2-2 with you guys," it's kind of fun. Like, yeah, then. Again, to me, it's so important to be able to explain why you're doing things, and then understanding why everyone else does the things they want to do.
Yeah. Just listening out, like, just making it known, like, this is my goal for this. This is why I'm playing this.
Yeah.
But it's also like, it's like you said, just having the courage, to just like say no, like no, I don't want to play. Like you don't have to be like, no, I don't want to play because our main objectives don't align. You can just be like, no, I don't feel like playing, or just like,
I mean, you the thing is like it's like you understand why I say no, because I can explain to why, like, hey, I'm not gonna play Remnant because I want to get Grand Champ in Rocket League.
or
and then, like,
we could get
you
world
have to
record
understand.
trio and Remnant. I mean, I'm just throwing that one out there. That's like,
All right, I'll consider it.
that's literally #1 in the world. Think about it.
Yeah, so it's like it's
Yeah.
fun. It's fun, and it's nice because like blatantly the 3 of us in Rocket League, like that's our goal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we can post Rocket League videos to each other on our Facebook message, and everyone's like, "Holy crap, that's cool." Although truth be told, I've been guilty of not watching as many, and this is where I need to get better. Is like step up my mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool because now everyone's on the same page, and it's so easy to hold people accountable when you know what their goal is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if someone isn't putting in the time, and you know they want to get grand champ, they don't want to just like have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, wait a second, dude, you're not putting in the time. It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Or if someone's being too serious and your goal is to have fun, you can be like, yo, you need to chill, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And you understand you're coming from a good place because we've already aligned. We said we're gonna have fun,
Right.
so don't take it so seriously.
Right.
Or vice versa, it's the same way. It just how well do we understand each other?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, gotta find a way to resurrect our gaming groups. Cause I do kind of get it, like where I know Mike and Kevin are kind of like that, where like they're willing to adopt new games just to like play, like have community. But then sometimes it's just like, man, these games just aren't not my game. Or like just finding where like the interest lies and like getting people very interested in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, like igniting that fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you do need a good game. It's like the ammo you need to bring the gang back together.
Yeah.
It's like just helping the argument.
Yeah, like I've been trying to bring back like our Monster Hunter group, and like just people like I can definitely kind of see it, like where it's just like the drive just isn't there, or like where it used to be, like where like you know me and Monster Hunter, like I have such like a deep history with Monster Hunter, like I just love it all Monster Hunters, so like it's easy for me to like get back into it, but then like I know there are like fights, like event fights where the fights are scaled to 4 players, so even if you solo it, it's gonna be equivalent as if you were playing with 4 people. So it's like, why don't you just play with 4 people?
Yeah.
But then the fights, like you need like some organization, and like nobody really like pubs them. And even if you like host a pub group, like no one really like joins it. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But it's been tough trying to get them back for it. Where like I can kind of feel it, where it's just like it's like basically the equivalent of like me in Rocket League, where it's like I'll play with friends kind of thing, but it's also like I don't know, like it's grindy and stuff like that, and like there are a lot of like other variables. Just what can I do to rekindle that fire? Because we used to be about it, so it's not like it's not like I'm just trying to convince someone to buy this game and like try it brand new. Like we all were very into it, kind of, I would say. Like we there are times where we'd get like 5 people on just playing Monster Hunter all the time. But just finding the right way to bring back the passion.
I feel like that's like the challenge of leadership, is like trying to find what makes people passionate and helping them see how your goal and their goal can align.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it can be hard to like make it fun. Because that's all you need to do, is somehow find a way to make Monster Hunter fun to those guys again.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they just see the grindy portion of it.
I mean, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say this. I'll say it. Me and Kevin were talking about it because we were doing hunts with Neil and Pat, and they're like, man, it seems like you guys are so strong. Like, is it just because like they're like, oh, it's probably because you're like your huntering and stuff like that. And we're kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's because we play, but we also know what we're doing, and we know like the weapons we're using. I was like, we're pretty good at what we're doing. Like I have so many like different like armor sets, like like I've been playing long enough where
you like optimize.
Yeah, like I was like, I know what weapons to use during like what fights. Like that's kind of like what Monster Hunter is. They're like good and bad matchups, and it's like you like they're all using bows, because it's like, you know, the whole idea with Monster Hunter is like you find a weapon that you like, and you usually can stick to it like the entire game. But there's some matches where it's just like no, you're just like you're fighting an uphill battle, and it's just like you could use anything else but what you're using, and then it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
And like that, like it was just hard to like explain. Like it's not like they're like how come they're like, man, why do hunts seem so easy with you guys than by ourselves? And it's like,
I I wonder.
I don't know how to
Let's
say
see what the
this.
factors
Hold
are.
on.
What are the variables that change? Oh yeah, it's us, fuckers.
Like me and Kevin were like, I don't know, man. I was like, if you guys want to get good, I know one easy way to get good. It's called cluster bombs. People don't like it in the community, but hey, I've soloed a lot of real hard bosses with it, and I don't mind.
Yeah. We think the same way.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating because me, you, and Mike think so similar video games. It's like we start because it's just fun, and then we like go into a semi-try-hard mode
Yeah.
where we're just like, wait, how do we optimize? How do we like make it easier? How do we just like? And it's so funny because we hands down think the similar, like completely similarly.
Like that's what I'm doing in like Remnant right now. I'm like doing a lot of research and figuring out, okay, how can I get different guns, and like how do I get like the better guns? What are they? How do I get them? Can I get them?
Yeah.
And then like when we were playing, like we were just like looting stuff, and Mike was like, we're definitely gonna min max this. I was like, oh, you already know. I'm already looking up information.
Yeah. We're the same, man. We're the same.
But like, I just like, I saw that everyone's like on WoW Classic right now, or everyone's in login queue, I should say. Sorry, I gotta correct myself. Everyone is in login queue right now.
Yeah.
But like, man,
They're
it makes
getting
me miss those days. Or just like finding a game to like almost like grind out and like just min max stuff.
Mhm.
Like that's what like I feel like that's what I like about Remnant, where it's just like it's smaller scale, and like it's easier to get. It's like a 3-man group, so it's easier to like just like get people online, and like min maxing. It's kind of weird, like RNG. Like it depends on like what bosses you fight, and then like every weapon's kind of viable. It's just like knowing how to
There's good
play
balance.
with that.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's definitely a lot of fun.
That's cool. I'm not gonna get it if you're trying to.
You don't have to. You don't have to. But when me and Mike get a duo world record, I actually thought about it because I saw a guy speedrunning it today,
Uh-huh.
and like his record is like an hour and a half, which is like I feel like it's kind of nutty.
I don't know that much.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
But it's probably nuts. What are
he-
your guys' time?
he can get to where I'm at. I've played for like 6 hours. He can get to where I'm at in like 35 minutes or something like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So he's already starting to optimize his game.
Yeah. He was like, I already know like
He's
the
like a speed
biggest RNG.
leveler or something?
No. It basically starts fresh. So you go fresh run and you just like.
Oh, it's
optimize
kind of
from there.
rogue-like-ish.
Like where like the
Oh.
dungeons are like, it's like random. Like the bosses are randomized. Some of the maps are kind of the same. Like where you can be like, okay, I kind of know the pathway here to get like straight to the boss instead of like going to the side dungeon. So you can do that, or you can like
So is it
wander
like
around.
kind of like Gungeon-ish? Gungeon meets Dark Souls?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Like I think that's a good way to describe it. Like where you have like your dungeon floor,
Yeah.
and then like there are like different ways to go down, or like
Yeah.
I guess if you had to think about it, like there are the different rooms that you get. Like sometimes you'll get like a treasure room, but like
Yeah.
that treasure room is just gonna be like maybe like I guess like a side quest kind of thing where like you just go
Yeah.
through like waves, or like there may be like a small mini boss that you fight at the end and you get loot.
Yeah.
And then there's essentially one correct path to the boss to like progress, and then you go.
What happens if
go
you
next and
die?
next. If you die, so it's like Dark Souls. So like if you die, you just go back to your last checkpoint. So like in Dark Souls, normally you
Oh.
would die and you'd lose all your souls and stuff, which is like
Yeah.
your currency. So in this
Yeah.
one, you don't lose your currency. You just kind of like start back. But like whenever you use a checkpoint, the monsters in the area respawn.
That's interesting.
So like their checkpoints will like heal you, they'll restore your ammo, but then, monsters come back. So it's like you can't just like clear a wave of monsters, come back, checkpoint, heal, get your ammo back, and then breeze through. Like,
Okay,
you
so
s- you
it
just have to refight
does sound
those
like a lot
monsters.
like Gungeon in a certain sense. They're just checkpoints. But like ammo is like a resource in the game, which is interesting. Damn, that does
There are
sound
like
fun.
a lot of ammo drops and stuff.
It sounds a lot of fun.
But like the guy was saying that like, a lot of his runs were just like bad RNG bosses, like where it's just like, oh, this is just annoying fight, and like
So like you like beat the game is the purpose? Like can you beat the game
Yes.
and then
you can
restart, and then
you
you
can
like
beat the game.
you like
Yeah.
start from the top and then you go down?
Yeah. So you can. I haven't seen it yet, but people have said like I guess in their titles they put like New Game Plus, but I'm like, does that mean they just beat the game? Because they have an option where you can re-roll your map.
So it
Because
changes
basically,
everything.
basically that'll change like the bosses that you get. Hopefully, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're really unlucky, I mean, you could get the same roll, but I don't think that's ever happened.
It's probably like tiny. The chances are probably tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can like re-roll the map and like keep all your progress, I believe.
Damn. It does sound fun.
But
Not biting.
I mean, it's out there. Anyways, so I guess since that drive has been like, I guess it's like it been innate in like us. It's just finding the outlets to really like discover like that drive. Would you say?
Yeah.
Like where we just kind of like, I guess almost like luckily found like video games and like where
Don't. I don't believe. I mean, I love luck. There's like gambling and shit. I don't believe in luck in that sense, though.
mhm.
I think we figured out hints of the things that drive us, and maybe we did. I just don't. I think like everything we did led us there,
Mhm.
and then now we can understand it, and then apply it to everything else.
Okay.
Now I think the same thing about most things, like work, or like the podcast, like reading, anything. I like see it in the parts that it can make me better at something, and all it comes down to is like being focused on a single goal. And I found that I just love that. I love like having a goal and working towards it.
Mhm.
Just like you and working out, like it's so nice when you can empirically measure what you're trying to gain.
Mhm.
I'm like trying to see how can I measure that with everything in life, not just video games, like reading now, like my work, everything. So it's super fun
True.
because now like life seems kind of like a game to me.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. Man. So, See,
What's
now
up?
this is where I'm lost, because now I'm like, I don't know how to diverge this to the next point, other than going straight to it.
And just go straight to it. Don't think too much. What's your soul saying?
So you moved to Chicago, right? For mostly for because you got a job. But and remember you said that you told us that you also wanted to just like get out of Orlando for like your like personal growth.
Yeah.
And like definitely like changing your setting can definitely like just change like your mindset completely. And like we said before, like, you know, just like a change of perspective can like just literally be a game changer.
Yeah.
So do you think that your environment change has kind of like helped stimulate your personal growth, or like was it kind of just like it could have happened here if you made like the steps, like if I don't know how to phrase it.
Yeah. Like could I see myself where I'm at now if I didn't leave Orlando?
Personally,
Essentially.
yes.
I love the question. There's like so many different aspects to it that are super, super cool. Because it was super easy to say the reason why going to Chicago was because of the job.
Mm-hmm.
But like the full story is that it wasn't the main driver. The main driver was I just found out that I wasn't happy where I was and I needed to change something and I wasn't sure what to change or how to change it. So like if I don't know and I have no idea, I'll just try to change a bunch of things and see kind of what sticks. And then that's like what kind of drove me here. Like Chicago wasn't a city I had in mind.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I literally want to move somewhere because I don't know how to change myself right now. I knew I wanted to change myself, and I knew I wasn't happy, and I didn't know how to do it. So I said, let me move to another city, and then hopefully naturally that'll change me. And then I found this job, which also became a factor in like what made me who I am now. And then moving here as well. Like together they were just such a huge impact on me and like the things I've learned already. And like it's only been a year, it's crazy. But I'm like super happy, and I absolutely do not think I could be where I'm at now if I stayed in Orlando. There's no way. Like I can see that that's the thing. I'm an optimist, and now I see it like, well, there's a chance. I kind of know who I am.
Say that again? Sorry, cut off.
I'm an optimist, and I'm gonna realize that I kind of could see a version where no matter what, I'd get down this pathway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure, but if I had to bet, I would say that I needed to move to make the right changes at the right time. And maybe I would have gotten here eventually from Orlando, but I don't think I would have. Or I think it would have taken a much longer time.
It's kind of like
I think,
you made the right move at the right time, kind of
yeah.
thing. Like where it's just like you said, like it could have happened if this, you know,
yeah.
things lined up. But like,
Yeah.
you know, as of right now, it is is good. Is a good move, good choice.
100%. Like I miss home. Of course I miss home, and I miss like all my friends. I miss like hanging out with everybody on the weekends and stuff. But there isn't like a single part of me that regrets moving, because I know I feel better. I know I've grown, and it's been less than 12 months already, and it's like 11 months and 3 weeks. Next week is my 1 year, but I'm just, it makes me super happy, because I think it takes so much courage to move, and I think there's like no way you can move and you don't grow. To me, I see it as impossible.
Yeah, you kind of have to you have to force yourself to adapt to like your new surroundings and like whatever's around you. Like
Yeah.
you're no longer around the people that you knew. You're no longer around the places that you knew. Like it's just a fresh environment. You literally have to adapt to it. Like, you have to learn how to live, you know, in that new location. I mean, yes, technically speaking, you could always go back to wherever your home is. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, for that time being, it's like you either adapt. I mean, to put it bluntly, it's like you adapt or you die, and then, you know,
Yeah. Or you come back home.
yeah, and die.
Yeah. You die.
Die
Or
home.
you die. You could die.
You could. I mean,
Who knows?
you could
I mean,
die
it
if you
is-
move. I'm not
it is
saying if you
a
move,
pathway.
you won't die. That's not what I'm saying. Just keep
But
moving.
You could.
Just remember, always keep moving, and you'll never die.
Yeah. It's just I think if you're not sure what to change, but you know you need to change, start with your environment. Like because it'll just happen naturally.
It's
You'll
kinda
force
like-
yourself to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, you just force yourself to change.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you'll change for the better. I think in most cases you will.
Yeah.
I think in most cases.
I think you can only change for the better. No matter what. I think you might not always realize it, but I think people only change for the better time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like super optimistic, I guess. I guess you're right. There are chances where you lose yourself.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about that.
It happens.
Here to talk about the good example.
Mm-hmm.
The good things that have happened to you.
Yeah.
In your move.
And then, I mean, it's like a perspective thing.
Mm-hmm.
There will be people that could have done exactly the same things that I did follow my exact same pathway and be absolutely miserable,
Hmm.
but all the events could be the exact same. And it literally, to me, it's like it just becomes, how can you see the world better? And the world just becomes better.
Yeah.
But it's super hard. I mean, it's so hard to. I mean, it's so easy to see the bad things,
Mhm.
but it's like a perspective.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like it's crazy thinking about like just like getting up and moving. Like I feel like so many people have like done it, and like you hear like the good things, but then you also hear like some of the bad things where it's just like, man, like things didn't work out and like whatever. And like I feel like it's easy to say to do, but I feel like it takes so much courage. Like there are times where like I want to do it, but I'm also like I feel kind of tied down because of school. Where it's just like if I wasn't like taking classes, like I could probably I'd be down. Like when we joked, when I was like, man, I gotta stay there for a month, and you're like, you could just move here, and I was like, I mean, technically I could. Technically I could just like, you know, find a job there, like even just a simple job, get some money, and then work my way, and then figure out like what I'm gonna do. And if things don't work out, then just move again and just see like where to go,
Where life takes you.
Yeah. But it also feels like, because I feel like school is such an investment, it's just like, man, I should stay in this and like grind this out, and then when this happens, you know, then the world is my oyster. So like that's why I've kind of been like, dang, unfortunately I can't. I mean, I don't want to immediately change my environment, because I want to make sure I finish school and like go get this done. But like it's like, well, since I can't change that, then I gotta change my perspective, make some sort of change, do something more.
Well, it's super cool, right? Is you know what you need to do, and now you just have to figure out how to be patient enough to get to that point.
Yeah.
Because once you finish school, you don't have any more excuse for not moving. But
unless the only jobs I apply for are here in Orlando, or the only places that take me are here in Orlando, I'm like, all right, well, shit.
But when you like just knowing what you're in school for, you could for sure find a job here. Well, and also depending on the economy, everything else, what you're actually interested in. There's a bunch of factors, but right now that's the thing that's holding you back. But then once you get to that point, like, then you should be able to move. Now it just becomes how can you distract yourself long enough to hit that goal, make the moves once you get there.
That's the tough part, where it's just like, dang, man, like it's just a weird, like, it's a weird test of patience.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I mean, I can't really, like, where I'm at right now, I can't really do anything. Like, yeah, I could look up like more stuff on robotics and like where I would want to work and like stuff like that. And then like I can't even like apply for internships yet. And I think I have like maybe like two more semesters, and then I can start applying for internships. Because like it's cool because at Valencia they have like actual like a course list where you're like, oh, so you're this degree, you have to complete these classes first, and then you can start applying for internships.
That's cool.
And I was like, okay. And they make it like pretty clear, pretty obvious. So then at least you should have the confidence of going into like.
Have you looked at the companies you want to apply for internships at?
Honestly, not yet.
Or like any postings or anything like that?
I've kind of just been like rolling with like what I have on my plate right now. Like right now, like honestly, like I'm just kind of like relaxing. Like after like this summer was like so stressful. So like I'm hoping that this semester it goes smoothly. Like I'm taking like 3 classes and it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, you idiot. But like, man, it's weird like trying to like click back like that school mentality.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, man, how did we ever do this like back then? Like where we'd be like 4 classes easy, 5 classes if I really want to and I really want to finish, I'll do 5. It's just like, I'm just like, man, what the heck?
You just put in the hours, man.
Yeah.
That's like literally what you got to do. That's what I would say. I mean, truth be told, like, if you don't look at the internships that you're gonna want to in the future, like you could end up in the same situation you ended up in when you were like digital media.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, I mean, you gotta work backwards.
Yeah. Just
And
get
then like
to-
now
get
you
started,
have the
get
time
working.
to like get ahead of it, other
Mhm.
than like waiting next year and then realizing, holy crap, I don't qualify for anything. I don't
Mhm.
know if and I don't know what. I know that's how I felt when I applied for internships.
Mhm.
Is I didn't think I qualified for anything,
Mhm.
and I literally like got lucky with my first internship, and I nailed the interview, and everyone else sucked.
Nice.
And that was like my foot in the door, and then I could prove myself afterward.
Mhm.
But and then once that happened, everything else opened up.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking, like, holy crap, I know all this stuff kind of, but I don't feel like an expert in it.
Mhm.
And I like kind of realized it's because I didn't actually study it that much. I just studied it enough to pass a test.
Right. Yeah. Like it was funny. That's one thing that I realized, like, where like these last, like, this summer, like, I was super stressed out about these classes, but then like when I got to the test, I was like, I don't really need to study. Like, I don't know what to study. Like, what I know is like it was weird being like, oh, I actually know this. Like, I understand this, and like I could, like, normally I would just like cram and be like, all right, I need to like regurgitate this information, but it's like, no, I actually have like a decent grasp of this, and like I'm reading it over, I'm like, yeah, I know this, I can recall this, and like this makes sense and all that stuff. I was like, oh, this is this what learning is?
It's like, holy crap, am I smart?
Yeah, this was like,
Wait a minute.
dang, I ain't a dummy.
Crap, I actually learned this? Holy sh! Yeah,
But
it's a good feeling.
yeah, man.
It doesn't stop either. Like, now I go into meetings, it's the same concept. Like, do I remember what we talked about 3 meetings ago and how it ties to everything else? It's literally just like, can you remember what's important? And then can you, like, commit to it, speak to it, answer it when it counts?
Mhm.
And, like, life just kind of breaks down into those moments. Like, meetings are just like that. There's a problem, and can you be the one that, like, connected all the dots that no one else did?
Mhm.
Because the pieces, everyone has them. It's
Right.
just, can you, and then can you speak up? Can you, like,
Yeah.
hit,
Voice
like,
it.
under pressure? Are you good? But it's kind of cool. Again, it like goes. I kind of I like to relate complex things that people like work into things that are like gamified almost,
True.
and then it becomes everything becomes like solvable for me after that.
Mhm. It's like, I feel like there are a lot of complex problems that are complex because of like the situation that it's in, but like, I mean, complex problems, they can be easily simplified if you just like change perspective on it, you know?
Yeah.
Look at it a different way. Look outside the box instead of being zoomed in onto the small image, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe take a look at the big picture. Or if you're looking at the big picture and it's too big, I mean, focus on one spot. Figure it out from there. Figure out what that piece is, and you'll figure out the rest of the puzzle.
Yeah. It's like it's interesting because it's like super easy to think about conceptually, and it's so to execute in the moment and not get caught up, and to like break things down in that way. Because when you do, you can solve literally everything. But when you're on the spot,
Yeah.
and with everything else that's thrown at you, it becomes really hard to get in that mindset.
Mhm.
But it's kind of what makes life fun. It's just full of problems waiting to be solved.
So, do you have any like projects or anything that you're working on, or like, I guess like even just like self-improvement, like goals, or like anything like that, like anything new that you'd like to talk about? Anything new going on
Literally, I can think like
other than you
I can
have
think of
faculty, you have work, and
I would say there's like 4 things that are super in life right now.
they're super what?
It was the first one's work,
Uh-huh.
and that's a huge jump for me right now. I put in my 2 weeks today. I got a new job,
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
I've
Forgot
like
about that.
it's like it was a crazy but super powerful day for me at work. Because I put in my 2 weeks. I
Mm-hmm.
like had a mini exit interview,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to like really voice my concerns in a way that I think will help
Mm-hmm.
the company. And I like can't speak specifics, but it was nice because like I was like in a moment where in my experience professionally, I tend to be more quiet. I tend to be more conservative because I'm an analyst. I just started 3 years ago, and like this is like you're like playing League of Legends with people that have been playing for 10 years, 20 years. They're pros. And then like now I'm starting to understand and start to think and even communicate with people at that level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was huge. I was like, it was a really big day for me. Um, Not only to be able to speak to someone that's senior above me as if we were peers, but also because the ball's rolling in a whole new career path, which I think is going to be huge for me, at least over the next 2 or so years. Um, so one, that's one.
It's a big one.
Two, Rocket League. That's like I see like I think of these things as projects on their own,
Mm-hmm.
and like Rocket League and getting Grand Champ is a project on itself, and it's cool because right now we're at the phase where Cody is traveling, and now it's like me and Undone, and it's our chance to really improve because right now Cody I would say is our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I would put Cody at the skill level. He's probably the highest, and then me and Undone are trying to play at his
Like
level,
keep up.
and it's not huge, but I think the difference is slightly there, and maybe not in all aspects of the game. But now the onus is on me and Undone to grind
Mm-hmm.
because if Cody comes back and we're all like rusty, like it doesn't make
Right then you
sense.
just.
Because then everyone was like, "Hey, we kind of forgot about Cody's on vacation. We might as well all take a break." Like, no, that doesn't make sense. If we
Mm-hmm.
all want something, it's okay. Someone should take a break,
Yeah.
but we need to carry the weight while he's gone
Right.
because we know what we want.
Mm-hmm.
It's Grand Champ.
Mm-hmm.
So we're me and him are going to be really dedicated to playing some more twos over the next 2 weeks, which is cool. Um, what was the third one? The third one is me and Tati have been working on like a notebook project, and that's super sick, actually. Um, we actually have like a I would say a Delta version at this point, and we're really close to being able to release an actual product.
Ooh, nice.
Um, which is and it's like to me it's like beautiful. It like accomplishes so much, and it's cool because like even like the things me and you talk about
Mm-hmm.
and things that like like showing gratitude or just like getting your negative thoughts on paper were things we already have incorporated in this like notebook product that we're trying to create. um so it's like really exciting, and we've been working on it for like the last 6 months, I
Oh,
think.
true.
So like kind of I don't know, and I don't know if you've heard of if you knew that we were working on this or if it was kind of like if I've even said anything. I might have
You
when
did
you came
mention it.
here.
You mentioned it a bit,
Um,
but
yeah,
no real like, I guess like specifics
yeah.
for it because it's still
So
pretty hush
yeah,
hush. Or
it's
can
still
you
it's still
release
on the
any?
DL.
Do you have
Still on the DL.
a projected release date as to when we may be hearing about this?
We actually don't yet, and it's because it's cool because like the way I'm looking at this new project is like we get to design the whole business from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally everything we want to think of is us designing this whole world that becomes an organization one day. So we like think of it that way. So right now our focus is on twofold. We have a good product. Now we want to focus on like who our customers are. How do we reach them? And like how do we deliver this beta version to them in a way that feels unique and like gives them a really good experience so they like it feels like a cool little thing to work on, like a project that we gave them. So it's cool because we give each thing so much thought because we realize how important all these little details are.
Mhm.
As much as like the product's important, we also want to understand what the customer experience is like. So we're doing twofold. We're trying to like produce that, and then we're going to try to deliver to that unique experience for each person, which is really
True.
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I would say my last big project is actually the podcast, which is really cool.
We made the list, boys.
It's cool because I see the potential, and then now all I can think of is like the world feels endless with this thing.
Mhm.
And then all we need to do now is like just keep clocking in hours.
Yeah. And we'll
And then like what like it's cool. Again, it goes back to like I got to a point where I realized if I just keep focus on a set number of things, they will become good.
Mhm.
Like naturally, we just become good at the things we spend our time on. League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Rocket League, Monster Hunter. Like we've always done it in a video game sense. At least for me, I always saw it as a video game sense. And then
Mhm.
I'm starting to think now, how do I apply the time to things that aren't video games so that my life can feel a little bit more full? Because I know I can get good at anything if I just put the time into it.
Mhm.
And then now that I can like extract the lessons learned from video games, apply it to other things, now it just becomes a matter of time. And then that's like, I think it's super fascinating. So yeah, a lot of cool things. That's why I'm like super excited to be part of the podcast as a host and everything.
I think it's like a weird, like, I guess like value of investment, where your investment is your time into like literally like you said, like anything. It doesn't have to be games. I mean, like you said, most of the time for us it's been games, but like I feel like people could get good at a lot of things, but they just give up. They give up before they can see like the results of like their time investment into it. So it's like a mix of like how much time do you want to put into it, and like your motivation, or like do you have a goal for doing this, and like are those two enough? Like, are you putting enough time to reach that goal, or do you like not really care too much and then you can just toss it to the side? So I feel like it's a weird mix of like just figuring out like do you really want this? And obviously if you really want it, you're gonna put in the time for it. Like you said, like with you and like Rocket League, where it's just like no, we don't have time for like distractions unless it's like something major, something that we hold major. Like we're not gonna take away from our Rocket League kind of schedule and like all that stuff.
Yeah, it like becomes sacred.
Mm-hmm.
It like, and it's super like I knew it became something important to me when, like a friend messaged us and he was like, "Hey, do you want to play 2-on-2? Because 4 of us are online."
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was easy to be like, "Hey, we kind of want to. We're focusing on competitive right now."
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's times where it feels really hard to say no, but when you understand what's important to you, it becomes so easy to protect those things
Mm-hmm.
and just like brush the other things off because you get why you're doing what you're doing.
Man,
So
it's good.
yeah. So life's like been an absolute blast. Like I can't imagine like now I see things a lot differently. And I might have gotten here anyways, but I still think like moving to Chicago, like I needed to come here. I like kind of feel like it's like my hyperbolic time chamber. Like in a year, I feel like I've gotten better at. The thing is like I've gotten better at not only understanding my mindset, but like being able to explain it a lot better, which is really cool because work. The hard part to me about work, like professional work and everything, is like understanding how to explain yourself in a way that a complete stranger that's on your team is supposed to understand.
Right.
And then it's just like I know I've gotten a lot better at it since moving here because I'm surrounded by strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally have to understand how do I communicate the best version of me to somebody so they can get who I am.
Yeah.
Like that's on me. I don't think I would have learned that in Orlando because I was like surrounded by everyone that I love.
Mm-hmm. And it's like there's no need to really interact or create new relations with other people, unless like it's like work wise or like there's no yeah. I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
There's literally no need to, so it's like no need to, so why do it?
I like remember there's a couple times when like Favis would bring a friend over to Shoreview.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally I remember thinking like I don't really want to try to get to know this. Like it sounds like super greedy. It sounds like kind of a dick thing. But I was like, yeah, I mean like I'm just here to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to like make a new friend because I love all of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I came here and like the whole thing switches. I literally want to get to know everybody because I don't know anyone. And like now if I go back and I go to a party and it's all my close friends and there's like someone I don't know, I can see the world from their perspective.
Right.
And then now
Like
I
an
can be
outsider.
like, oh man, it's so hard to go into those parties. So I'm gonna be the guy that's now there that can bridge the gap between everything else. And it was like I kind of lost sight of that. It's like super easy to when you like always go to the same parties and hang out with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You forget like the value of like meeting a stranger,
Yeah.
like making a friend.
Yeah. Or like even just like the skills required. But that's the beauty of this podcast. That's what we're trying to bring back.
It
Just
is.
work on the communication and just talking to the people that we feel, or at least that we thought we felt the most comfortable with. Getting
love that.
better insights of them, and hopefully these skills will translate over to our real life experiences and the other people that we may interact with, whether that's you guys in chat, whether it's random people at work. Well, hopefully not random people at work. Hopefully you know them because they're your coworkers, but your coworkers are just like people who are out and about, and just building new relationships, finding your group, finding people, finding that sense of community, that place where home is no longer just a physical place, but it's just wherever you make it, wherever you want to go.
Dude, that was good. I feel like this is like we've tied a bow on it. We've made full circle and we've reached our destination.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of eyeing the time, and I was freaking out. Couple things. I was freaking out because I've been dropping frames and stuff, and I'm just like, is this the real time? And at one point I saw that my recording time like froze, and I was just like, is time frozen?
It looks like the stream is still working.
But yeah, it's smooth now. It's been going up and down. I've been dropping frames
in and
every
out.
now and then. Like I'm not sure if I don't know if chat's working. I know my Streamlabs chat isn't up. So if you guys have been talking, I apologize. But
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, may just be a quiet night. I've been seeing like viewers kind of spike up and down, but it's all good, man. People can pop in when they can, and that's the beauty of like the long form conversation. Is that like people can jump in when they want to, and they can dip out, and or it's just like listening. You can listen in and just listen out, and then pop it back up whenever you feel like, hey, maybe want to hear more. Maybe want to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah.
But
dude, I think you should hit us with a conclusion.
Man, I thought that was it.
That was the
I thought I did
conclusion?
it.
I didn't time you.
Okay,
I didn't
okay.
time you, but that was a good
Okay.
conclusion.
That's
All
what
right.
I wanted to do. I was like,
was that the
I was like,
conclusion? We cut. Oh, cut the tape. Cut the tape.
hey, we're done. Out of here.
Cut the tape.
I'm lagging now. Gotta end it.
Javin, cut the fucking tape.
Okay.
You're doing a 1 minute conclusion, or are you good? Is this the move?
I think I can do it. Hold on. I'm gonna wait for my bitrate to stabilize out. I'm red barring right now. Like it's weird because it's like I don't think I'm dropping frames, but my bit rate is like red barred, which usually means I don't have a good connection right now. So
It looks like it's fine.
I think we
Like
just
I have
just
the
do it.
stream open and it looks like it's moving fine.
Let me just do it. Maybe I'm just like losing like big chunks of frames, which is weird.
Dude, it's okay. We're figuring it out
yeah.
as we go.
We'll figure it out. Hopefully it's not messy
All
in
right.
the live recording,
I'm
but
giving you a minute.
okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'll give you on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, I guess to wrap things up, we learned that finding your drive, finding what drives you, finding, what makes you tick. Sometimes that's all it takes for you to like really get started. For us, luckily, for both me and Matt, we found like video games kind of started that drive and figured out like, what are we passionate about, and like where are we going from here, and just learning that, when you put your time into something you find worthwhile, you'll make it work. You'll get good, but just don't give up doing it. Like, reestablish your goals. Figure out, like, make sure you're having a good time, whether that's, playing your games, living life. Do you have fun doing it, and just keep putting the time in. Keep doing your best. There we go. Man.
Dude, that time went fast.
Yeah, I was
That was like a
dang.
quick minute.
Maybe it's,
Holy crap.
I gotta be like more on point. I
Succinct.
paused in the beginning, and I was just like, all right, gotta recollect. Where am I going?
That was like the fastest minute of my life, I feel like.
Yeah. But I guess I got 2 endings, but we won't count that first one. I thought that first one was really good.
That was really good, but yeah, you can cut the recording. 'Cause that
We'll
ending
just
was
be like,
perfect. It wasn't a minute, but it was perfect. We like you brought us back full circle.
yeah.
Sorry, you should have ended it with
I
like,
should've just
and
done-
with that, we're tuning off, and I'd be like, I'm like,
wait, what?
I'm like, oh, got it, I got you. Yeah,
It's okay.
I didn't even get the.
It's okay.
I should have seen.
Nah, it's all good. We'll work on it. We'll work on this interview.
This is
I
what
could've-
we're getting better
it's-
at.
That's also a key point. Just not being afraid to voice out what your goal is. I should have been like, fine, we're ending it because I feel like it's good. Boom.
Boom.
Surprise,
and then
surprise.
I was like,
Bah!
what are you doing? And then I was like, actually, that was genius.
Actually,
good move.
Not bad. I got scared. It's too many
Yeah.
good points. Too many good points that I got nervous after thinking about it. I was like, oh, I got a minute, I can do this. And then when I started doing it, I was like, oh man, I'm so nervous.
Holy moly!
I'm
Yeah,
like,
the
oh man,
spotlight. is good.
time's ticking. I don't know
It's a,
where I'm going with this anymore. I was like, I don't know how to.
it's a good pressure. It's a good
Yeah.
pressure. We'll get better.
Yeah.
And then it's funny. Naturally, you fucking nailed it. And then we put the timer on, and it was like,
Yeah, I know. I was like, dang it, I can't beat that.
dude, yeah.
That's all
And
good.
then we get good enough to do it with the timer. Then you can do anything under pressure.
And we may
become
not even
fucking
need the timer.
pros. And
But
then we don't even need the timer.
I guess
Naturally.
we still kind of do, because like the conclusions are always gonna be with the guest.
Yeah.
So that's what'll make what'll make it spicy.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be spicy. It'll be interesting.
And it's good. I think it's good. It's like a good pressure.
Mm-hmm.
This was like a super fun podcast. For me, I had like I had a blast.
I'm glad you did.
And I mean, it was like I was supposed to feel like a guest, and I felt like I had a really good time.
Nice. I was
Which was
worried.
good.
I was worried because I felt like there are times where like I would just go off on something, and then I was just like, oh, I gotta bring this back. Matt's supposed to be the one talking. We're supposed to find out about Matt.
That was good. You like you like caught yourself.
You just gotta work on it. This is try number 2, and I already feel myself slowly improving, step by step. Just gotta put the time. Just log in that time, man.
The song's a good one too. But yeah, so are we tuning off?
But with that messy ending, you can go. You could have stopped watching like 5 minutes ago and ended on that ending. But with that, we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching podcast number 9. Hopefully you learned a lot about Matt here. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about me, and we'll keep trudging along on this journey to better conversations, getting to know people better. And with that, we'll see you guys next week. Same place, same time. Twitch.tv/PirateLolo. Follow me here, so you get the notifications whenever I go online. You can follow either me on Twitter at PirateLolo514, or you can follow
Me at @KidReynolds.
Well, I'll definitely try to tweet out whenever I go online. Matt, technically you don't have to. I'll probably handle it.
I'll do my part.
All right, cool.
I'm doing my part.
And follow us there. We'll let you know when we podcast. But we're gonna keep it consistent. Monday nights, 9 p.m. I know we started a little bit late, 9:02. We had some minor technical difficulties, and they're slowly keep coming up. But we'll figure it out over time. Things will get smoother. Things will get better, and the experience will be mind-blowing. So, Kid Reynolds, Matt, my brother, thank you for the discussion. Thank you for the playlist. Don't forget, you gotta shout that one out too. Don't forget, you can always get the playlist. Let me post it up. We'll do this. Make sure the chat works. Boom. There's the playlist link in case you like the music in the background. I'll post it in the VOD as well, so you can easily copy and paste that and listen to these jams. So with that, we're signing out. See you guys next week, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there. We're going to have a special guest next week. So
I don't even know.
Be ready.
I don't even know who it is.
Be ready for
It's
it.
hype.
Things are happening. We're making the moves, all right? So with that, have a good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks for watching.